Here we go. Let's talk about Cody Zeller and Kevin Love. A few days ago, I made a video basically saying that the Miami Heat were prioritizing signing a center and a. Basically, I made a video the other day saying the Heat were prioritizing signing Serge Ibaka and Kevin Love over Russell Westbrook and Patrick Beverly because they had 2 roster spots open. Instead of Serge Ibaka, because I did complain in the video saying that if you're really considering Serge Ibaka, there's so many better center options out there. I was like, really, like Serge Ibaka maybe 2 years ago, but like I was like, if you were considering signing Serge, I was like, you should be signing Hassan Whiteside at that point, you know. But Cody Zeller was a better option, 30 years old. You know, I'm not going to say he's anything special. He's the third big man basically behind Bam Adebayo. I guess Bam Adebayo. Kevin's kind of going to play some center, I believe, when Bam comes off the floor. From what I've heard is, I mean, I talked about this with Luke. The reason why Kevin Love chose Miami was Miami, out of all the teams that had contention aspirations, this was the team that was going to give him the most minutes. This was going to be the team that would give him the best role, and I think they were the team that could give him arguably the most money. And the reason why I say that is this is a team that had been struggling to replace PJ Tucker all season long. Kevin Love, I'm not going to say he's playing defense like PJ Tucker, but the corner shooting that PJ Tucker provided, Kevin Love is better. The rebounding that PJ Tucker provided, Kevin Love arguably is better. And the passing ability, Kevin Love is better than PJ Tucker. The only thing PJ Tucker is better at is defense. And Kevin Love, I guess he's older now. He's like, 34? But Kevin Love in the playoffs, if you haven't paid attention, when he needs to be turned on, Kevin Love is not a terrible defender. Like, he tries his heart out. Steph Curry, for example, like we've seen Kevin Love when the game's on the line and he needs to put, like, he doesn't get taken off the floor of the fourth quarter, in the playoffs, usually if he's playing hard. And then Cody Zeller is just, I feel like, a reserve big because supposedly Omer Yurtseven's about to come back, so they'll have Bam, Yurtseven, and Cody Zeller and Orlando Robinson on a 2-way, and then Kevin Love will be the power forward with, I guess, Cody Martin as his backup. Is it Cody or Caleb? Caleb, sorry, Cody's on the Hornets. What were you gonna say?
You're somebody I've always wanted on the Lakers. Cody Zeller, former 4th pick in the draft.
Yeah,
shout out to him.
30 years old only.
He spent 8 long years in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And it never quite panned out, but I totally forgot Cody Zeller was even a free agent. I think it's a great move for the Miami Heat. But yeah, Kevin Love offers pretty much everything Miami needed. So this will, I think, surprise a lot of people. Miami is 3rd last in 3-point percentage. They are dead last in total points per game. They are dead last in blocks, and they are 4th last in rebounds. So I know he's not like necessarily protecting the rim, but pretty much ticks every box you need if you're Miami. Yeah, is that crazy? They're the lowest scoring team in the NBA.
Before we continue this talk, I want people to answer this question. I want you to answer. They can't waive anybody else on this roster because they had 2 roster spots open, okay? And they just signed these 2 guys for these roster spots. So, and I looked at the rest of the players. Every other player on this roster actually plays like a significant role on this team. The only player you could waive is Duncan Robinson. So my question to you is, would you stretch and waive Duncan Robinson's, like, I think it's basically he has like $53 million left over the next like 2.5 seasons. Would you stretch and waive that $53 million over the next 15 years so you could sign Russell Westbrook?
Oh, wow.
Is it worth stretch and waiving a massive contract like Duncan Robinson if you had 100% guarantee that you could sign Russell Westbrook? Is that much of a burden be worth signing Russell Westbrook or John Wall? Does it put you over?
I don't think it does. I don't think it's worth it for Miami. It's very, very risky getting Russ. Russ is a risky sign if you're gonna have to go through all those hoops.
Even John Wall?
Yes.
Or Pat Bev? None of them are worth it, you're saying?
I think they'll be able to get enough from Lowry, Vincent, Debo, Strus, and Tyler Hero to not do those moves. Especially Pat Bev. I mean, I love Pat Bev, but they're one of the best defensive teams
I
in the
know.
league.
Yeah, but it was more for Russell Westbrook or maybe John Wall, just because those were two guys that we would all love to see in a Miami Heat jersey, and they had two roster spots open, and they used it on these two guys. So basically, you either waive Omer year 7 or you waive.
No.
Yeah,
I think them picking up Cody Zeller pretty much signifies that they're not interested in getting Russ.
Couldn't they? So one thing you'd cross your fingers and you'd hope for if you're a Miami Heat is Omer year to 7's out for the season. Then you can apply to the NBA for a hardship exception, which means Omer year to 7 basically goes on injury reserve, and they grant you like a few $1 million in a hardship, and then you can sign an additional player.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it'll happen.
It would have already probably happened.
I really like Omer.
I love Omer, but I'm just saying, like, does Russell Westbrook or John Wall help put this team over?
I don't think so.
I understand that. I mean, it's I still think these two moves so far underrated. I mean, one might say as of right now, they're the winners of the buyout market so far. I think they're the team that most improved their team via buyout.
It remains to be seen, but yeah, as of
Justin
now,
Holiday and Terrence Ross weren't moving the needles for the fucking Suns and Mavericks.
Terrence Ross looked good, but yeah.
We could agree out of Terrence Ross, Justin Holiday, and Kevin Love, who's gonna have a bigger impact. You're lying if it's not Kevin Love.
Just wait till the Bulls get Russell Westbrook, and then we'll be the winners. So,
what if Russell Westbrook signs with like the Wizards? How sad would you be?
Well, I keep saying, and we all know this, like, logically, it makes no sense for the Bulls to get Russell Westbrook. But I think if we got Russ, I think we could make the play-in tournament, get out of it, and take down either Boston or Milwaukee. Just kidding. But I think we'd get to the
That'd be funny. Oh, yeah. That'd be actually really funny. All right, so let's just mention this. I don't even care to talk about it. Like, good for him. Damian Lillard won the 3-point contest.
Yep.
That's not even
won the 3-point contest.